Welcome to I Am It Is. This I Am It Is, we have a very special guest. It's a Christmas with Karen from Finance.
Hi, Kindred.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you. Karen, let me ask. You've certainly, snowballed, dare I say. You've just gone from, the rough old pubs on the corner to the platforms of brilliance.
From the pellets to the Palais.
From the pellets to the Palais. You really have. You're a shining star. You've been working in this craft for a while now. Mm-hmm. You and I met about a year and a half or 2 years ago now.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago, worked in Fringe and also the International Comedy Festival. But you have just gone from strength to strength and have become a real name around the globe.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's been I've been at this for like 3.5 years now, and it's been a crazy whirlwind. Starting off from not even meaning to start drag, not even like ever sort of desiring like a job in drag or like wanting to play in drag to, now it being like a full-time career.
Exactly. I mean, this girl, she doesn't work in finance anymore. This is the career for Karen. And look, Karen, your name in itself. It's been tweeted, it's been quoted, Bob the drag queen. Some people over in America just recently interviewed him stating he had the best name in the drag industry, and he had to forfeit.
He had to step down, yeah. He
said, there's a girl down under, and she's got a name. How did you come up with the name?
Well, I was going to a house party with some friends a couple of years ago, and we were at the Salvos at the op shop the day of, and there was a $15 rack of like 80s prom dresses that were for sale, and we bought them and wore them to the party as a little bit of a gag, and we were super wasted. I think we were sitting on the rubbish bins, and we started giving characters or personas to the people that would have bought the dress when it was brand new off the rack. And the lady that owned my sad dress, her name was Karen, and she was a little lonely old lady who worked in finance. and the name came from there.
And have you ever actually met a Karen from finance?
I've met so many Karen from finances. And it's exhilarating as it is. It's sometimes really awkward. Because I make a living off of like taking the piss out of your occupation. No, it's all fun.
And Karen, can you just tell me, so you've been doing drag, you said, for a couple of years, year and a half, 3.5 years. And, was it something that when you were growing up, you were like, oh, I'm going to be a drag queen?
No, not at all. I always had a large interest in the performing arts, and kind of settled years and years ago that it was never going to be for me. However, I found myself maybe 5 years ago friends with all of the burlesque girls that were in the circuit in Melbourne when it was super big a few years ago. I remember sitting at Burlesque Bar in Fitzroy on Johnson Street and watching the show and thinking like the girls were just amazing, and thinking to myself like, oh, I would love to be able to do something like that. But it was never any like inclination as to wanting to do anything like that. It was just, I was just in awe. And then a few years later actually doing it and working with those girls from Burlesque Bar and doing gigs with them is, it's like mind-boggling, but it's brilliant.
And from in that short period of time, you really have like just skyrocketed.
Oh,
You've hosted some of the biggest stars in the drag world.
Mm-hmm.
You've looked after Kim Chi, Naomi Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Duo Raw, fabulous duo. Can you tell me about some of the experiences meeting some of these talented artists, and about what's one thing that comes to mind that you can think of in all of what you've been doing that really kind of...
Well, there was actually a moment just last weekend which was pretty like spectacular. It was one of those moments that you kind of have to wait till you get back to the hotel room to have a giggle and think that actually happened. That was so funny. We were in Sydney about to do a show last Sunday night, and we were in Martin Place in Sydney, and I was standing across the road. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon in full drag with Mr. Raw from Duo Raw. He was also in his full get-up, and we were having a cigarette, and we were waiting for all the other girls to come down from the hotel to get into the van. And of course, this was the end of the tour, and we were touring with Adore Delano, and she had just been like havocked by fans the entire time, so we were all being very cautious for her. And we're having a cigarette across the road, and we saw a girl trying to climb into the tour van. And we thought, my God, like the assistants aren't down here, we need to help out. So we threw our cigarettes down and ran across the road. And as we approached the van, we realized that the fangirl trying to get into the van actually was Adore Delano.
Oh. In true Adore style.
Yeah, in true Adore style. She really did just look like a 12-year-old schoolgirl. It was amazing. And that, then we're sitting in the van on the way to the show. We think, like, that's, how did this happen? How did this happen?
I think Adore Delano could do that. I mean, if you haven't checked any of her work, check it out. So I don't know about you, Karen, but I'm feeling rather pumped.
Yes, I would love a drink.
Oh, Jonathan?
Of course. For you, I have the British Garden.
Thank you.
And for you, Kindred, I have the Hot-Blooded Nature.
Cheers to the Toff In Town.
How fabulous. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And thank you to the Toff In Town, who's allowed us to house I Am It Is this year. Now, also, Karen, can you just talk to me a little bit about growing up? So, I always say I'm a queen that's been dragged around more than a drag queen.
Sure.
And I found it a little bit tough growing up being, or having to identify as a homosexual, even though I'm a homosapien. Hear that clear and loud. What about yourself growing up? Was it something easy for you and your family? Did you have a good family environment?
Yeah, I had a great time growing up. I think like we went through it like everyone else does. No more or less than anyone else. I think I didn't come out until I was 18. I managed to hide that all the way through school by pretending that I was like the hunkiest jock there was in school, and like I was the first one to have sex with a girl. I was the first one to have a girlfriend. So they were too distracted by how macho I was to think that he was ever going to be a little gay boy. But I lost my mum to breast cancer when I was 14. So and our family was kind of ripped apart a little bit after that. But I think some of maybe the strength that I managed to achieve or find through like all of these little things that happen when you're younger and sort of being torn apart like that just helps you as an adult, and it definitely helps my courage and confidence as a drag queen now.
Yeah. So you carry some of that, your mother's spirit with you, you feel?
Oh, everywhere. It's so like I wouldn't wish any real woman to look anything like I do. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But sometimes if I'm doing like a little subtle eye, I see a little glimpse of her in the mirror, and I think more makeup. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and just recently I came along to Seen and Heard, which is a cabaret. Is it cabaret?
Maybe it's more of a variety show. It's like a cabaret style variety show.
It's a very intimate kind of look into artists, performing artists, and also where you get to deliver and share a story which is very personal to you.
Sure.
And you touched me, as I mentioned to you earlier before this interview. You really connected to me on a particular level, and there was a part in that where you said, "I hope my mother's proud," and I know that Australia is proud.
Oh.
And I know that within the community, I'm very proud.
Thank you so
much. In such
much.
a short period of time, you have done it exceptionally well in this industry, and you've been very true to yourself. You don't attack. You're not malicious. There's no ill intent. You are who you are, and you represent yourself beautifully. And you connect with a lot of people through that. I mean, we've all met a Karen from finance. But we haven't met the Karen from finance.
My heart's like 110% into it, so I think that always makes a difference.
Yeah. And but you're out there to do your own thing. You don't worry about what anyone else is doing, which I love in this industry. It can be a little at times.
It can be a little bit snarky. It can be a lot snarky.
It can be very snarky, but you hold your head up well, and you do you well, and you stay true to yourself. And I think that's transparent, and I think that's representative in the work that you do.
Thank you, and so important when you're doing this sort of work. It's so important to not be fake.
Oh gosh, cheers to that. And likewise, I mean, just do you and do you well, wouldn't you say?
Right, no other arsehole's gonna do it.
And we've only got ourselves. Let's face it. So, Karen, I guess, what are you up to over Christmas?
Over Christmas? Well, I just have, I've got a pretty busy schedule of just standard gigs and doing the odd parties, and there's a few Christmas parties coming up. But next year, I'm planning to go over to the States in April. And
is this an exclusive?
Yeah, this is an exclusive. It'll be Karen's first time in the States, and she's been looking. I've been really looking forward to going over there, and I'm very nervous about going over there because I'm not quite sure what it's got in store for me. But I hope big things.
I don't know if USA knows what's in store for it.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but I'm sort of saving up and gearing up for a big trip early next year.
Yeah. Well, I know that you've got a large family of drag community over in the States, so I'm sure you'll be well looked after.
Yeah, absolutely.
By a lot of, and you were trending almost at #1 to bring Karen to RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, for like 5 weeks or
I
something.
know, right?
Until they worked out that I was, not actually an American queen.
Does it matter if you've slept with an American?
Oh, well, who says that I have? I'm still...
Sorry, Karen.
Karen from Finance is still a virgin.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She's busy with the abacus. It's about the only beads or balls she plays with. And Karen, what you also do is you also do a lot to connect with the community. And before this interview, I spoke to you about choosing a particular charity or a particular organisation you might want to talk about at Christmas. And you came back to me with an organisation called Echo International.
That's right.
Which was a dear friend. Tell me about the connection between you and Jeremi.
Yeah, one of our oldest friends, Jeremi, we've known each other for a good 10 years or so. Another friend that's kind of been all through it, right around. And he and some other friends from Melbourne, started Echo International a few years back after traveling around Southeast Asia. They found a little community up in I think it was like the northwest area of Thailand, up near the Burma border, and there's a huge number of the population displaced from Burma, but still living happily over there. And they started this organization to sort of help them with the infrastructure and their lives and schooling and whatnot, and it's expanded ever since then.
Yeah, and Jeremi said that you've often put your hand up to assist in any way that you can. As I have now as well, because without you echoing to me the message of Echo International, I would not have known about this organisation. And what I really love about this organisation is they give 100% of the funds to the people that they're actually helping. So I actually have a bit of a message for you from Burma.
Oh, wow.
Just excuse me.
Punch in your passcode, girlfriend.
So this is for you.
Hi Karen, Jeremi here. Thanks for nominating Echo International Aid. Sorry I couldn't be there. We're out here on the Thai-Burma border where we're putting all the generous donations to good work on some really important projects. One of which, Kong Dee here, who's been able to go to university from the support of people like you. A little bit goes a really long way, so if you can hit up our website and give whatever you can. I want to wish you all a safe holidays and Happy New Year to you and your family.
我说完赛就考就打，马不马车人呢？กูก็ดีเนาะแต่ว่านี่บาดาวชิกีกูก็ดี Thank you very much for your support.
So there's a message all the way from Burma, echoing what you've set out to do. I also have Ryan here from Echo International.
Yeah?
Ryan, did you want to come along? Ryan, come. You can take my seat.
Ryan. Hey. Hello. How are you doing?
Good, thanks for having me.
Good
Are you
to see
hosting
you.
this now?
No, maybe I am.
So Ryan, you join us from Echo International. Would you like to just talk about what it is that you guys have started and some of the work that you're currently doing?
Sure. So Jeremi and I started Echo International a few years ago, and we're really working to try and improve the lives of the communities living on the Thai-Burma border. There's about 160 different ethnic minorities living in Burma, and the challenges that they've faced in the longest running civil war is really severe. So we do our little bit, the very, very little bit that we can, and the help that we get from amazing people like you, with this bit of exposure, a chance to talk about our cause is so amazing. It means the world to us.
Great.
Yeah, and I think we should all echo this message this Christmas and really get behind an organisation that gives 100% of their funds to the cause. You literally get in and out of that region with danger.
Yes,
You sneak in, you sneak out.
Yes, no, we do. We have to.
Don't tell anyone.
It's all above board. Trust me. Don't listen to her. we do have to operate slightly on the sly if we want to get to the regions which are being cut off. But it's par for the course, and it's important for us to be able to actually reach those areas that otherwise would have no exposure to any of the larger NGOs that are operating in the region. And it's also an amazing experience to get to actually meet the communities that we get to work with.
And how can people help Echo International?
I'm glad you asked. You can have a look at our website, echointernational.org.au. Hit up the website. It's got all of our information on there on the projects that we're working on. We're just currently building a school in remote Burma, and we need all the funds that we can get. So we're a small organisation. 100% of what you donate goes directly to the people in need, and not many organisations can say that. So we're really proud of that.
Great. Tax deductible?
Fully tax deductible. We are above board in most areas.
Good on you.
Lovely. And just before we leave this special episode, and thank you so much, Ryan, we do have one more surprise for you. I've been giving everybody a gun-shy garment to thank them for being a homosapien, because that's truly what we all are. We collectively are a part of the human race, as human beings, being human. So instead of just getting anybody, I thought I'd get the creator behind Gun-Shy. Catherine, are you behind the bar?
Here I am.
I believe
She is.
we may have a little surprise.
Catherine.
I love you, Karen.
Stop! Oh my goodness.
Dad, watch those balls. Watch those fluffy balls.
Kindred and Catherine, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
You are so beautiful.
Oh.
There's a gift from Catherine from Gun-Shy, Karen from Finance, Brian from Echo International, Echo this message this Christmas, Winnie from Gun-Shy, Jonathan from the Toff. May we all group together. Come on, guys, get in.
Get in.
Let's all wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a very safe and happy holiday. From all of us here, after 3, can we all wish them a Merry Christmas?
Of course.
1, 2, 3.
Merry
Merry
Christmas!
Christmas!